Well, tomorrow is National Caregiver Day in Ontario. Family doctor Pari Oza joins us again to explain who are the caregivers in Ontario and some of the challenges they face. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Certainly during these pandemic times, there are a lot of challenges. Who are the caregivers and what are their role, first off?
Caregivers are individuals that provide dependents with support in their activities of daily living. It could be emotional support as well. So these individuals requiring the care are typically the elderly, people with chronic disease, or those with disabilities.
And this runs the gamut too, with tangible support like transportation or whatever is needed. How many caregivers are there in Ontario?
It's estimated that there are about 3.3 million caregivers. These caregivers can be paid in the form of a formal help, or they can be simply just family members as well.
Yeah, actually, my brother and I are essential caregivers for our parents, and thankfully we're blessed with healthy parents, but there are many people that have real challenges looking after loved ones.
Absolutely.
And what are their supports?
Yeah, the pandemic really provides a lot of unique challenges with caregiving, which is already difficult in the best of times. So, a couple of the unique challenges are a lack of respite care. With the many closures, your caregivers really depend on these services to get a little bit of relief for themselves, to have that time for their own self-care, and also to get their own daily activities completed. Without this available, a lot of caregivers are finding that they are working 24/7 providing care, which can lead to burnout. Also, many programs that provide essential skill development for developmentally challenged individuals are not available. And then this puts the onus on caregivers to not only maintain these skills, but to help them continue to develop them. And lastly, we see that this disruption in routine that we've all experienced from the pandemic is particularly more difficult for individuals in certain medical conditions like dementia or autism. And actually having a lack of routine or disruption in routine can lead to exacerbation of their symptoms, which can then make caregiving that much more challenging.
And caregiving syndrome is an actual thing, neglecting yourself.
Absolutely, Bob. So, with caregiving, often what we see statistically, it's been proven that caregivers often feel very burnt out. They often feel a lot of guilt, like that they should be doing more than they are, and there's just a lack of relief for them.
Yeah. Are we, with the population in Ontario getting older, the demographics, I'm sure, are changing with caregivers?
Exactly. So we're seeing a lot of caregivers across the spectrum from younger age to older age as the population is aging. And a lot of us are in this position juggling multiple responsibilities, particularly with the pandemic. We're working from home and at the same time providing this care on the side, and so it's very challenging indeed.
Absolutely. We'll link up your socials at chh.com for more information because, again, there's so many people in Ontario who are, involved with this, with loved ones, and the much needed supports are out there. Dr. Pari Oza, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Nice to see you. Have a great day.
You too. All right, we'll see how the day looks weather-wise right after this break with Brian's forecast.